Check, 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 check. I want to say manners and respect, spec for our listening views out there. You don't know it's all about the topics, and we come with not the tropics, but just the hot topics. You know, maybe I might got something baking in the oven. Something nice and sweet. You know what I mean? Just something will spoil your rotten teeth. You don't know you go. I just want to say special good night to each and everybody who's tuning in. Make sure when you tune in, share the show, tell a friend how we go. You know what I mean? You could gather some information, and you could learn from all of us too. You know what I mean? I'm here with my good friend Alan Powell. How was your weekend?
Um, Weekend been kind of rough. Weekend been kind of rough.
Mm.
Um, Not no sad thing or nothing, you know. Really and truly, all what happened, me want to escape go watch a movie and the boat wasn't running. You check it out. Yeah, need to watch Doctor Strange. And I ain't get Doctor Strange. Me ain't watch no fighting. You understand? I just watching. I just watching the political drama. You check. Me ain't
Well,
got to watch
that are the
TV.
hottest thing.
Me just got to turn on
That is the
Facebook.
hottest thing right now.
Yeah, and it's on.
Yeah. I just want to big up to everybody tuning in right now, you know what I mean? As we say, right now, you know what I mean? This is the season to build, 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 build. Because I still waiting for from a lot of people with what's I got files posting on social media and all that stuff. Then nobody seems to let go. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Yeah, because right now, yeah, I mean,
Well, before you say that, I want to get smart, big up, as you said. Um, I realize, Jason, I realize something,
yeah.
Jason. You got a lot of ladies like to listen to the show, and
Oh,
I feel like it come back to what we does always say, which is what is one of the basic concept of the show. Of course, you could go anywhere and get the politically correct speaking, and they will read you back whatever they say, and it's gonna be very buttoned up and antiseptic. But I feel like the fact that we don't just end up and say, "No, this," you understand? Bring a little analysis to it, and let me get straight into the point. I feel like somehow that is capturing them. And I like it because you know how people are tend to say like woman not care about politics. But
yes.
to me is mostly lady up to the people like tonight, tonight, you check on me and say
Wow.
so that mean tell you so uh, it's a good vibes to see people
But
just lending an ear. I like the vibes.
but
Thank you
let
very
me
much.
and let me
Everybody who listens.
And to be unhandly, big up yourself, you know what I mean? I'm glad for the compliment, you know what I mean? Because we accept good and bad reviews. You check it out because it's only gonna help us grow. You know what I mean? Remember, a lot of people out there in this world, you know what I mean, will have the power and can accept criticism. Before they accept criticism, they block you. I like my good friend Michael Herbert, you know what I mean? Because he rallying with CCM, he block us on Facebook. You check it out, I could afford to call names. You check
Well,
it
you know
out,
block
my
me.
good
You know
friend.
block me. You know block me. So I'll be still a friend.
Well, he blocked me. Yes, I mean this is a person who used to ride bicycle with me. You know what I mean? And because of politics, he stopped talking to me and blocked me. You know what I mean? I don't know if he blocked others around our circle. You know what I mean? But I know for sure he blocked me because maybe he knows I'm very vocal about it. You check it out. But
Mhm.
today is the night I'm gonna dry him out. You check it out, Michael Herbert. If you're listening to this, me might run for you today and me just realize you still got me blocked. Why you got me blocked? Yes, I mean, at least drop me in now so me could vote to CCM now because of you I'm not voting CCM. Just because you not talk to me, I'm not voting CCM.
Mhm.
So just like that, you lose business.
Well, that mean I might lose an happy friend tonight because I mean I see some activity and I hear some things and I mean all I got to do is say what going on. You understand? Ain't gonna be no dilution. You're not gonna
But
water mix up. You're not gonna chase a mix up.
Yeah, but before we get too deep, right? You understand me? I
That
just want everybody get an understanding. You know what I
okay.
mean? Like we could be. It's our opinion. You know what I mean? Like you could have a better opinion than us, but the thing about it, you know what I mean? You could either agree or disagree. You check it out, and we come to a conclusion. You check it out because what? Well, listen, me hot. Well, say got me back. All right, chips. Ain't no matter of being hot, but let me just focus right now. You check it out. We don't want to get drift away. You check it out. Let me focus on the issues. And when I say the issues, you know, I mean like in terms of the political point of view, what's going on right now. You check it out. Certain things we would see wrong on both sides of the party. You know what I mean? We would say that how it is. Not because I might be voting for that party, I ain't gonna draw them out. Not because I might be begging the minister for $100. That don't mean I ain't gonna draw them out. Not because I maybe gonna beg the minister to tap up on my phone. That don't mean I can't draw them out. No, I'm gonna draw them out. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Even if I beg you a little money. So if I call the premier tomorrow and say, hey, you want $100, you understand me? And you do something, if you do something on Facebook tomorrow and me feel like you're wrong, why can't I address you? Because why you give me $100 the day before? Yesterday done gone, you say you're full of money.
But let me ask you a question as we talk about that. Which one of the Facebook is the premier Facebook? Because I know he have a concern about people using fake profile. But I was looking for a post the other day and I realized he have the premier Mark Brantley and he still have the honorable Mark Brantley. And I still think they are
One for federal and one for local.
that what going on.
And
But is
that
one
I
man.
could assume I could make an ass out of me and he. I don't know, I could assume. That's all I could
I
do.
just
I have
I just
assumptions too.
I just feel like he left room for error to be made if you check it out. Because especially one of them would post like I am doing this today and the next one still I say I am doing this today. So if it's one of them
Mm.
okay, I don't know. It was just a thing. I just wanted to know if all of them are official or what was the story.
Well, we're not even sure. Yes, I mean, I guess he has a personal page and he has a premier page.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that too. You understand me? Because sometimes we don't see certain things. I wonder if the demon not be talking. Because sometimes I comment and say, that's not you talking.
Mm-hmm. Somebody got
Yeah,
phone.
that talk, demon, talk.
Is a emergency situation. Somebody got phone.
So somebody in the comments say, Premier Bradley is his personal. I know because he deleted me. Wow. You know what I mean? I just want to say good evening to the premier if you're watching your shop on your fake profile. You know what I mean? Good evening to you. I love you. You know what I mean? But as a politician right now, you fucking up. You know what I mean? I be would sit down and talk and drink a beer and all that stuff. There. I ain't gonna talk no politics to you, but when you're in your seat, when you're in your hot seat right now walking, you know what I mean? I gonna talk about you. But when we done sunshine, we gonna drink and have a beer. Cheers to that. You know, and that's the thing. That's the concept. That's the concept a lot of people need to have. You check it out. Yeah. Let me cuss you during your work hours or whatever. You check it out. Well, me gonna talk about you when you are working, you know. You know, me not talk about you when you're lying.
Where you want to start off with? 'Cause I don't really want to start off with the premium. I want to start off with NRP.
Well,
What would
kick
you
it
like
like a
to start
ball.
off with?
Because I just wanted to build the show a little bit, you know what I mean, and create some charisma, you know. That's all it's all about, you know what I mean? Just build, build,
Okay,
build. Because we reach
okay,
74 right now. So I just a late build and I let it flow. Share the show,
okay.
share the show, share the show. You check it out because like right now, me could laugh after Eric, Zook, and the Premier Brantley. Because some unnecessary shit being spoken about NRP still. You check it out?
Um, yes, I laugh after them. What do you mean by laugh after them?
Because because Eric doesn't have a mouth speech right now. Alexis doesn't have a mouth speech. Only one person has a mouth speech, and that's the premier. And it looked like everything collaborating to one bullshit coming out on social media.
But but you realize that the storyline because it can't be this time that NRP was in the federal government and they bounced the check for divisions. It's actually CCM bounced their own check at this particular moment in time. So right now the storyline is NRP people are joyous about the fact that is not 10%. I talk to people who I know working for government or who would benefit and they ain't expressing no joy. Me nothing. I just asking you because I know you, and I hear you say you're laughing after them, and I feel like people getting confused with like laughing after them
And
and
at them.
laughing after the people them who actually facing the thing at the point in
Yeah.
time. So they equate, so they always kind of join it together to be like by because you laugh after them there, you also laugh after neighbors people. So I just want you to see how that is being perceived. You check it out, and you got
Oh,
to be
so
careful.
I get what you're saying, and I'm good you
Uh,
clarify that so people get a better understanding of what I'm laughing at.
true, true. Because I mean,
Because 7 years rough,
guys,
you know, Alan. 7 years rough, you know.
I
Seven
can
hard
talk.
years, 7 hard years rough, you know. Because me could talk about myself, you know, because me went through a 2 years rough relationship too, you know. You understand me? And maybe me feel like that at 20.
Mm-hmm,
So imagine that
definitely.
7 day.
Boy, when you're in the rough part of the relationship, boy, mother, you're 20 minutes on like
Somebody
a day's pass.
somebody say your audio drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but your volume drop for real. So while Alan is setting his volume, share the show. You understand me? It don't matter, just share it. I don't care about the views because I know people gonna watch it after people probably sleeping, probably making porridge, probably going to bed with their child, probably making lunch for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Probably working out what they're gonna do with 5%.
So I mean, I understand.
Yeah,
You,
Alan,
you,
yeah.
go hear me?
Me don't know if you go thing.
You go hear me?
I go hear you, but your volume drop for real. You know? It's just that the response of the people, you know what I mean? If the value love for the people, you know what I mean? Amp up a bit.
I
That's
feel
all,
you.
because we here for the people.
I feel you.
It doesn't bother me, but we got to take care of the people. We have to take care of the people. And I want to big up this show called Tell Me. Yeah, man. I watched some part of it. You know what I mean? Big up to Kelvin Daly, Tulu. Big up to Alan's father, Carlisle Powell. Yeah, man. What a magnificent show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of us span one mission. You check it out just to get the message across. You check it out. Yeah, zoom in and zoom back out, Alan. Yeah, man. Do that. We say get passionate, Alan. But while we all here, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta big up some I gotta big up some people, you know what I mean? Leafy Greens, Paris Leafy Greens, you don't know. Richard Paris, big up yourself. Big up to everybody. Um, Rabuka Bass, yeah man, Kiva Weeks, yeah man, Jasmine, Yason Tafari, Tanya, Cora, yo Sammy, Wagwan, Papa, Ashburn, you don't know it go. And Adele Jetty, you don't know man, you know? Like tonight is gonna be a wonderful night as usual. And I ain't have no time to how much put it. As Ira said, as the comments don't say anything mixed it. You know what I mean? I ain't got no time to carry no feelings about hot, but I'm just saying, me and Mikhail used to ride bike together, and because of politics, he blocked me on Facebook.
See, me not disagree with you. I mean, I tell you not to big up Tulu or whoever you big up, right? But I gonna just tell you about my experience because I listen. I think this is your voice. This is the show that Janice does on Mondays. So I told
Yes.
myself I will take some time out and listen and hear what is taking place. And Tulu calling into the show. You
Mm-hmm.
would have pointed out Tulu does be on his own show. Tulu calling into the show to call Mark Brantley Okunomono. That makes sense. That's a point. Pan an issue. Right now, we ain't know who NRP candidates be. CCM know who them won't be. You got time calling and talk about Okunomono. And is it bye? I don't got to go and come back, boy,
Hey,
because somebody say you can't hear.
hey, well, guy don't come back. But me gonna give me point of view. You check it out.
Yeah.
Um, this thing called politics, right? You know what I mean? Like we all know how the game goes, so it ain't no secret about it, especially in Saint Kitts and Nevis. You check it out, and let me just focus on certain issues. You check it out, although we don't make a little joke on this side or whatever, but we're not gonna stray away. You check it out, let me focus on the issues, people. You check it out, what happened, right? You know, people just get carried away with their emotions because emotions running her, you know. A lot of people stop talking to people because of this thing, you know. And I'm not in favor of that at all. I am not in favor of that at all. Because guess what? Sammy could be voting for this party or whatever party. He has his opinion, he has the agenda, or whatever. I maybe have mine too. You check it out, but at the end of the day, I want me and Sammy to live comfortable too. You check it out because I want Sammy to prove me wrong. Yo, I do this because we want better improvement for we future, for we kids' future, etc. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, Sammy, you're right, you know? Look at what going on here. But if you think about thyself and thyself only because you want a house or you want a patch of road go to your yard gate or whatever, that ain't gonna benefit me. What about a whole road going across the street, across the alley where we're gonna benefit the whole neighborhood, you know? And when we talk about roads too, you know what I mean? Government feel like when they give people a road, yeah, somebody should get a vote, you know what I mean? Roads are meant to be, regardless of what. Roads are meant to be certain simple things. You check it out. But me realize, but I got to realize too, only roads and walls belongs in Brown Hill, you know? But that's a different story still too, right? You check it out. And we could talk about the hospital too. You check it out, brick pan brick. You check it out. What? Sammy say he don't get black today. I just waiting for Alan Powell to come in, man. Just because we said Timothy thief. When Marco call people name, nobody say nothing. It's not you think about it, right? Loretta, it's not a matter of calling names or whatever, but you know what I mean? At times like this, they will focus on the issues. Let call everybody name and get a good laugh, 100 likes, 200 likes or whatever, whatever. You focus on the certain issues at hand. You know what I mean? You for everything will happen to everybody. You check it out? Yeah, man. So certain things you gotta take into consideration and focus on the problem itself and deal with the problem itself. You check it out, ain't no left or right argument with nobody because we don't come down to the conclusion that in St. Kitts Nevis, there will never be a debate. We want a debate. All the time we were asking for a debate. You check it out. Alan didn't freeze. He zoomed in, he zoomed out. So that just there. So everybody, as I was saying, you know what I mean, we don't come to the conclusion that there will be no debate. Although we want it because we want everybody answer to one another word for word. You know what I mean? They rather us listen to them in the parliament house when they got greater power versus one person or whatever. You check it out. And like how they said they should have senators and all that stuff, then there's no senators. That's how you go. You know what I mean? They know they have a constitution for everything, you know what I mean? And certain things ain't work out in their favor. They forget about the constitution. You get it? Yeah, man. Alan, make sure come back here. You can't get me at well, just move. Let me read the comments here. Just move on to the ways and how Honorable Cleon Stapleton stated that NIA don't get their monies raised in pay. You heard
Tell
what I
me,
said, Alan?
yeah, tell me, I hear the last part there.
It's something about Tanya, this is what Tanya suggests. Move on to the raise and how Honorable Cleon Stapleton Simmons stated the NIA don't get the monies for the raise in pay. So is that factual that NIA got the raise in pay? Is that something factual? This is just word of mouth. I don't want to be jumping to the conclusion, oh, you don't get the raise up there, and well, look, no, this is what you want to do with this. I've heard certain things, but I am not sure,
I
because I
I
can't to
I
see them. I can't to see some people, they want documents to show that. They say
okay.
they want the document to show that. So you tell me
You
something.
you want document? Like a document. I just to say that I want to talk about CCM. Tell I enough if you want to talk about no, but I want to talk about CCM. Okay. So this is what I have to say concerning this. I don't know how much money they have gotten this year. I realize that the conversation is regarding money at this time. So I decide to take up myself this week and I went to look at the budgets, ladies and gentlemen. And I looked into the budgets. It got budgets from as far as 2001 and it got for every year, but it got estimates there from 2001. Now, when you see in the budget, you see estimates and then they go back to where you could see what actually happened. Before 2016, you don't see nothing in the budget called budget. Well, they put it in as a line called budgetary support. That means money coming in from the federal government. So before 2016, the NIA, you don't see anything in our budget talking about money what coming in. The first estimate of money that was supposed to come in was for 11,125,000. That was the first ever money that was supposed to come in. Based on the budget from 2018, what actually came in from Syncrete was $24,161,000. That's it. So the budget for 11 million, they get 24.
Mm-hmm.
The budget went up to 15 million. I think you would hear the premier talking about a 15 million. They actually got 30 million. The budget will continue to be 30 million for the next years. 2018, we get 37 million, 110,000 from the federal government. In 2019, we get 39 million. In 2020, we get 53 million. You can call it 54 million. The Premier League we won off, we get 54 million from them in 2020. That is the last sure number I could tell you that we get from the federal government. And as I tell you, we was budgeting, I think it might have gone up to 45 by that time. But from what I see consistently, wherever we budget, we was getting more.
So that had anything to do with anything what was built federal in Nevis
Built federally? What do you mean by anything that was built federally?
in terms of the police station and all those stuff.
No, well, that's not really how it work, and that's how come.
Okay.
That's what the premier said. Is like they got on. Basically they made a presentation. They was like, this is what we would like to do in Nevis. This is what we would like to achieve in Nevis. We will like this, and they basically, as I tell you, they with a budget and say, well, we think we're gonna get 11 million from them this year. They get 24 in the year when they budget for that. When they say they're going,
Mm-hmm.
when they budget for 15, they end up and get 30. You understand? And then the budget end up went up to 30, they still end up get like 37. You stay at 30, they get 39. And as I tell you, in 2020, they get 54 million. Me can't tell you what them do with the 54 million. So me can't, it's not for me to tell you that this went for police station or wherever. Me just tell you for sure, for sure. And the premier will tell you this for sure, because he said these are audited accounts, and in this section what I'm talking to you about, as I tell you, this is what actually happened. Because he would give the budget, like the budget what he gave last year, basically, that's what tell you how much money he actually get in 2020. Because it's only estimate.
Yeah.
Because then I was also reading one of the reasons I went to the budget too. I wanted to see the history, so I wanted to see because I hear patches say the premier never balance a budget, meaning we never get a surplus from since the premier has been in charge. So I wanted to go to see if that is actually true, and I think he would have been down 10 million the first year, 26 million 2019, and 2 million and change in 2020. And I await the 2021 numbers.
So, Tanya asked a question. Alan, wasn't the station built by the federal, meaning those monies were different than what he would gotten through the budget?
As I said, I am uncertain. It is possible, but I know for sure, based upon the line items and what is in the budget estimates, which, as the premier said, these are the audited accounts. These are the figures we are telling you for sure the government get. If they get another set of money, I don't know. Maybe that is a question. You see, once again, this is a good question. I don't know. I'm not the premier, but we have wonderful journalists listening in the audience, and maybe this is a good question to ask to understand exactly what is taking place.
True. When Richard Parra said, I think projects are covered by federal outside the estimated CBI shares.
Okay. So,
It's I think. You know what I mean?
And as I say, because and this was actually one of the good points that was made last evening on the show, being that the premier was supposed to have the press conference on the 28th, and up to now he has not come before the media. You understand? So he forewent the press conference for Van Samrin, but then we have not gotten anything in early May. So it look like we shall be waiting until late in May to find out. Well, for him to just come before the media, I mean, I would think the media have a number of questions.
Well, he's on
Jetty
Facebook
Taylor,
every day, so
yeah, hold on there. Jetty Taylor, the budget addresses. If you Google Nevis Island Administration, you can find the link to the government website. There is a part there you would see documents, and then you would see budgets, and you could go through all the documents. These are public. I can't make up these. If I lay upon these here, and no, I'm gonna get a letter tomorrow. So this is what is taking place at the moment in time. And you see, even with the 54 million, still been done, eh?
yeah.
Still been done. Nevis
So what?
budget.
So
Because
all of
what really made me go to it too, because what I was considering and what I asking people is how Vance used to get you? How NRP been a get you? How projects been a finish? Because when you watch Vance budget and them Vance balance couple budget, me see two of them at least. What Vance budget before he had left office there. And I think he losing that one. It was rougher in his like between like 2001 2006, consistently losing, but he balanced couple in the end.
So you basically telling me that when Vance was in, Vance was using less money and doing more?
All I'm questioning is, you know, this is how come I start off and I say it don't even had nothing. There was not a line item in the budget was say budgetary support. And I had nothing in there with federal government. It was straight Nevis money, whatever you was seeing from those governments before 2016, you ain't see nothing in there about that.
But you know,
So
but
it
Alan, you know which part your fault tonight? Yeah, that's I mean you should have come with NRP's budget. This is where you mess up
no,
tonight because
no,
you should have come with
but
that and let me do some comparing and after we do some balancing out because what be happen now tonight would have been a perfect night to show people the stats and facts where we googling because you googling right now, you know. Yes, I mean so because when they're in the house, they don't do a lot of googling for Barbados and all kind of thing, you know, jam people, you know. So you mess up tonight, you know. You should have do some googling from 2006 come up to 2011 or whatever.
let me tell you something. You do not want to see NRP budget them. NRP had one of the worst budget.
Mm-hmm.
I never say one of the best. That it got to be the worst budget in the history of Sinkits and Nevis. Because 2012, the actual loss was 62 million.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen no number big like that nowhere else in the readings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They bring it back down to 8 million the following year. But Six City
Uh-huh.
is the biggest. I see Vans with some 20s. I see Vans with some 20s. And Mark don't put up a little 26 there. But 62? Yeah,
Okay.
62 is awful. That year in particular, 2010.
That year in particular.
Yeah, yeah. But
Fair
I
enough.
don't have a, yeah.
So they got 162 and Vance and Mark then got a couple 20s. Because when you say couple 20s, 20
Yes.
and 20 are 40 plus the next one are 60 again, you know. So
Listen, Vance, I could tell you like between 2001 and 2006, consistent 20 is losing. Consistent.
but the thing
26,
about it, right?
25,
Yeah, Sammy.
20, them kind of thing.
But but when you look at it too, right? If you look during the particular time the two, you understand me? I believe Four Seasons had shut down or something so during that time the two, you know.
Um, I don't recall all the circumstances of the time. As I
But
tell you, I'm just
I'm
telling you.
just saying, yes, no, don't get
I'm
me wrong.
simply attaching. I'm simply attaching a number to a year at
Yes,
this time, and whoever
yes,
vex is to vex. That's all I say. That's the number I
yes,
saw.
I get that. I get that because I feel like, you know what I mean? He had some sort of aid going on during them times that when Parry was around.
Mm.
Because I
Because
know he had a point in time where forces workers were working 3 days for government and all those stuff. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, could make sense also.
yes, yes. Because I didn't watch it. As I tell you, I wasn't factoring in that. I just was like, I noticed that the argument right now is about money. So I say, let me take myself into the budget and let me try to find some numbers. Let me try to see what is taking place. Okay? Yeah.
So, we'd be looking at the number 60, you understand me? It could be bad and still ain't bad during that particular time.
And listen, as I tell you, the next year it went down to 8, you know. So it's not like it
That
was
was it.
just there all the time and crazy. And it went down 8 is like tremendous at that point in time. So. But you ask for numbers.
Yes.
Next time I might bring a broader thing because what I wanted to do too, I wanted to watch my SK because let me tell you something, boy. I see some numbers that SK bring back. Dougie bring back 200 and something million a year in the
Mm.
positive. Yeah,
Wow.
lots of mills are telling you, and SK staying up
Na-
there like 200 and thing. in the positive consistently. And Nevis is like consistently, small lose. As I tell you, Vance, I had a couple of small win there. You know, a little balance.
Mm-hmm.
hmm But that is my estimation at this point. Watch out. You kind of laugh after me when I tell you so the first time, but every time you ask me what's going on in the country, you don't hear what I tell you. Buy money is the motivating factor. Right now, you
Of
have
course.
to be speaking about the dollars. You
Of course.
understand? I understand the parties, and they're gonna do the thing of, we have these social things, and even when you're talking about your social welfare things they're going to do, make sure that they're translating into people spending less money. If you tell Abby about something where you do for the community, and when Abby look, you got Abby spend more money who go do the thing, you ain't really looking out for the community. You're hustling on the side. You understand? And this is for whoever is out there gonna be talking about whatever community thing they're doing. These things is supposed to ease up the pressure upon the community, give people an opportunity, maybe provide some recreation. You understand?
Makes
Whatever it
sense.
is at the moment in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to depend see the premier the premier having a rough time. It's a rough time. I hear you got a nice watch recently. That's the only good thing. You finally get to
Um,
watch with some class.
Somebody say in the comments, so that shows that Perry really was a miracle man from 60 to 8. That's pretty damn good. Somebody say more than good. And Iona do say they should have gone for secession the first time they were out. First, usually people voted party. That's why they're still suffering and cuss all year round. Somebody say let's talk about the NRP right now. Unrolling.
As I said, as I ended off the last saying, what going on with the candidates? By weekend, I was thinking we would have heard something. And I'm going to refer back to the show I heard last night. Because I heard something, and listen, sometimes you take, sometimes you're calling in, you got a good intention about life, right? But what you're
Yeah,
calling in and doing is embarrassing people. Janice was on, and she was making some kind of point. Hensley called in, and Hensley would have been speaking and saying, they could join interest from a number of persons, you know, and saying, this thing, you're going to be rallying with the NRP, the energy is with us, and all this kind of thing. And they will be announcing candidates soon. And I listening to it, and I was like, how Hensley go calling go tell Janice them go announce candidates soon? What make Hensley tell me when candidates are going announced? What is taking place? What is really going on with this thing? Because it's not done. Tell you last weekend. CCM, as much as you could watch it and you might feel like they're behind, them man in a stronger position. Them man don't know who around.
yeah.
Well, they was in the government. They used to be in the government. Um, they kind of don't know the game plan. You check it out. Whereas now NRP, they did to me what was the sensible thing as far as for me the issue is not the two salary. The issue is the conflict of interest. Because up to now, the Nevis Island administration ain't to the federal government. Mr. Brantley, who know when he got a case, and who don't read the Constitution and know the Constitution say where the government and the administration have a dispute, it could be settled in the High Court. Ain't pull out nothing to go in the High Court. He pull out all kind of thing about this enfranchisement. He ain't gone in the High Court yet up to now to say if he got in the High Court, no care if you is a NRP or CCM and we are getting the figures cause I think he would have said we're supposed to get 150 million. I don't I from the budgets what I see in SK, that is not the figure. It is very far off of the figure. But he said he feel like we should be getting them kind of numbers there. If he could substantiate it in court, he would do it. He's not doing that. He fighting for himself. He stopped the end up get fooled. Now he got two election in a year. Can't fight other people's story. You check it out. So my argument is it shouldn't be. It's not about the tupe. It's about the conflict of interest. That's how come you can't be in the House of Representatives and be a congressman and be a member of Congress. You can't do the two. Sometimes you can get a conflict. The mayor and the governor got two different jurisdictions, and the two of them technically would be in the same part of the place, but it's two jurisdictions, and one got to be able to tell the other, no, I do this. This is mine. This is the power what I got, and the NIA fighting up for itself. And because normally members of the NIA gonna also be members of the federal government. So Nevis people got to go ask now if we want proper representation, if we want to go sue the federal government, like we need to sue the federal government. Just like how we see police get locked up weekend and we never see politicians get locked up. Somehow only it has only got one or two crooked cop, but it got no crooked politician. Somehow in St. Kitts and Nevis that can't happen. But it will happen with police. We will get them there. Like now we need to split them up. If you're federal, you're federal. If you're local, you're local. And local is strictly Nevis. Federal, you got some SK. We understand you got some responsibilities. We feel you. And you know you got some Nevis responsibilities too. You're thinking globally. We should be cool with that. I feel like the NRP thing was good, but I'm waiting to see who are your candidates are. I saw a post by the leader who come out as NRP is reactionary. I was hoping that would change, but still reactionary and talking about, NRP is going to run the candidates they want to run, and people are branded as locally elected. No, ain't no branding in the NRP. You come out and you all talk about two salary and man do two job, and that is not good, and how you fix up your constitution, and this is not going to be happening for you, and you're going to be organized and this and really that, and no federal election come and you're not being ready. Well, seemingly it's just all these people. I'm gonna see who I pick. I'm gonna see if they stick to the principles that they adhere to. Because if we start to see that they ain't sticking to the principle from the start, then what is supposed where the integrity there? Cause don't tell me about market integrity, All I could just last yourself, in my opinion. If I thought what I'm going to do. And I need to be very clear in this moment in time. with how they're dealing. Cause you ain't going to be no, you ain't gonna get to contradict yourself and feel like calling up and say that you contradict yourself. I still gonna end up
I
and say,
waiting to.
well, if I still gonna end up and say if the premier, if all I hear the stupidness, I don't just say this is all the stupidness I saying to the public, and I can say I got to choose between two unfortunate choices. This one seems to be the less unfortunate. Boom. So how you gonna do? But they ain't gonna know get to think because then so was there an extraordinary special meeting where the constitution was changed? How come we not hear about this? They had convention or something? Why the principle change? Me want to hear from NRP. Well, I'm waiting to see who the candidates are because as I say, I was giving them till weekend. They are the ones who came up with this concept. Nobody forced them to do it. Nobody tell them to do it. As I say, I back it from the conflict of interest standpoint. It's the right way to go. Ain't even as I say about the topic. Conflict of interest. You can't solve the master. You can't do the two. But if you're going to go that way there, then you got to be recruiting. You got to be building up your party. Leaders, Pantapa leaders, let the youth and work. You check it out. You got to constantly be identifying people in the community. Me not see nothing. So, I'm waiting to see. As Hensley said, Hensley calling to let Janice know that they will be announcing it soon. So, I will wait to hear what Hensley have to say.
Not the leader.
Apparently. Delicious, what I mean by less unfortunate? I mean, if it's two awful choices, I'm gonna tell you, listen, the two of them bad. The one yes or so, he less bad. So go with that one. Go with that one then. But the two of them bad. I would
Mm-hmm.
realistically lay on it, the two of them bad. You understand? As me say, I mean, hopefully, I don't know if I will be given the opportunity to interview any of the candidates for the upcoming election. It would be wonderful if that is the case. And all I'm telling you is I'm going to listen to what these people have to say. Regardless, still not care how harsh I am, they will have the opportunity to finish. I have some questions I would like to ask. And at the end of the day, if I'm not feeling it, I'm going to tell you I'm not feeling it. Hopefully, I'm feeling at least one. You know what the real problem is? You know the real problem is, Jason? In any other scenario, the premier, watch out. And Nibs will need to really consider this. Maybe it is. Because Sisi Uncle win, but Mark Brantley should not win his seat. That should not be going on in this next election here. It can't happen. This is all his responsibility. And you've got to go down with this shit. He and all, as a man, be led by. Okay, just let me be the premier. So let me be the best premier. Let me turn it over. You understand?
Yeah.
Let me be 100% focused. Let me not got to worry about nothing, and I could just focus on finishing the Monday check. I could focus on finishing the hospital. I could hopefully get somebody who could do an estimate for me so that when I say something costs $10 million, it could actually cost $10 million. Do these things. You got too much responsibilities, sir. You simply have too much. You check. And but me I tell you, in any other scenario, listen, I don't even know how this is like kind of possible that he feel comfortable, like really feeling like he could come back and run this thing. And you know, maybe I feel so because we have this lovely video for you guys to see of Mr. Brantley. Oh my God, is it a wonderful video?
Master
I hope
Control.
I hope y'all are still here to see this video, because my God, the premiere, the video there is like all of the shit, and he just step all over, just roll in there like a hug. You check, and it's because what? He step up to a bigger playing field. This ain't NRP. This production here that I saw, oh my God, this was tremendous. This was
Master
tremendous.
Control.
Master Control, as I told you, just we just need like a minute. Just you could just like a minute run, and we could react to that first minute. Okay?
Just want to say
But
special good night to everybody who just tune in and sharing the show. You know what I mean? Black Hat, big up yourself. Delicious. Delicious in here, mate. Yeah, Jetty Taylor. Adele Rich. I don't see your comments them. What? The people there to stop him. He ain't unstoppable. Yeah. Yeah,
but I'm
man.
telling
What
you, like,
quoted?
I just too much. Mr. Premier, you have too much on your hands. And I want you focus on
Lego,
one job.
Lego something.
Yeah, so you could balance a budget one the time, and you could tell me, boy, Alan, look again though. Right, this is so in a black and white.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, but right
Prove
now
me
you
wrong.
have
That's all you gotta
too
do.
much going on, and as I tell you, it's very strange because he been in the federal government for that length of time, and Jason, these man ain't winning by a little bit. I think the smallest I might have seen them man win by was maybe like 113. That's like the smallest win. And
Mm.
we consistently like chain to share code, chain to share code, chain to share code. And I've been a police and all them thing the way. What? Could you imagine if I had real responsibilities? Oh my God. It would be rough.
But you know what
Jumpy,
irks me? You know
God,
what
man.
irks me the most? Like, I saw a post from the premiere talking about, oh, you've been with Doggy for 18 years. Like, he basically saying you do Doggy bad after you with us for 7 years. You watch a man in the 18 years wreck a whole party and you talk about 7? But you just as bad.
Jason, Jason, as you said, it's like relationship thing, you know. Imagine. And as I said, a lot of ladies does be watching this. Ladies, watch out. You date a man. You know. You he got it in them jeans. The man gone whore. You date he. Watch it. Watch it. Ain't him that. You see he there with a woman and you see he disrespect the woman. 18 years. And you decide, you know what? You're special. Because of you, everything gonna calm down. I have the ability. You understand? I am the one that's gonna bring the breast out of you. You check it out. I could see when people lie and so and I could tell you're not lie this time. And you're going in and feel like you really going to change anything? How? Which part? It can't happen. People are who? At the end of the day, you got to be who you are.
Of course.
At the end of the day, you
Of
could
course.
try hide upon this, but you're gonna be who you be. You're gonna come out.
Shelly Cross say, you don't know how good things can get in Nevis. What you need to realize this is bad, and you're the only choice is to vote for someone intelligent, visionary leadership for Nevis. And Janice has the team for Nevis. Green economy, education, healthcare. We old and overseas. It's your generation. It's your generation's job to make the change this time.
She said Janice got a team. Who is the team? You know who is running in St. Paul's and St. John Jason? Fine happy?
No, no,
You know who is running in Gingerland?
no.
You know how much I don't hear at least four people running in town. At least four people. So I don't know what is taking place. I can't tell you what is taking place. We shall see. After they are presented, then we still got to wait to hear what they have to say. As me tell you, I'm happy behind you. Cause me want to believe you.
Um,
You believe it. You believe it could be Dr. Daly? What percentage chance
um,
it could be Dr. Daly?
I'm not sure, but somebody saying, Giselle saying she's talking local. But if you're talking local right now, within 90 days there's an election, dog dead with you.
You, that's what I'm
Cause
saying.
you not got no time. Nobody supposed to be talking local right now. You gotta talk about within the 90 days, yeah.
What is taking place? We're dealing with what is
Yeah.
present. The most present danger is federal election. You understand? You are supposed to be. Watch out. Luck is when preparation meet opportunity. You got to be prepared for when this opportunity arises. So if you ain't ready to capitalize, if you can't say, well, boy, I'm gonna put on my clothes and let it go, well, then you just miss the opportunity. But if you
Boy,
got on your
message.
clothes, if you got on your clothes, then you could go. What is
Yeah.
about message?
Boy, Mrs. Masters has control there here. Because he look like he there boss of shit. Adele say how can NRP be behind when CCM never given no plans, but yet everybody want to hear what NRP got to say. Where's the demands for CCM? The thing
Watch
about it,
out.
what CCM go past me say, Adele, what CCM go past me say, because they were in for 7 years saying up to last year December, saying how great this prime minister is. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden now, February come, brrr, smart up my story jump out. Brrr. The thing about it,
Uh,
we as the people of the public, you know what I mean? We don't been a sense what been a go on before even them and all. And now, all of a sudden now, all kind of story come out within the 7 years. Of course they're gonna what of course we waiting for NRP. Because somebody looking for a savior right now. How much as they're gonna laugh after the candidates release, but guess what? You know what I mean? They anticipated right now, like, wow, what NRP gonna come with? You know what I mean? But I like how it's going because guess what? The rumor gonna come out first, right? And make them twitch a little bit. But no make them twitch for too long. Let me get this thing rolling. Let me know what we make up in mind in 90 days. Because we got 90 days to make up. You know what I mean? Within the 90 days to make up, and we got 90 days to switch up.
all what me I say. You see the conventions took place in St. Kitts, and as soon as Labour realized what is taking place, Labour say, okay, we not waste no time. These are who are run for it. It could be way down the road. I just say it's 3 years from now. We are looking and we seeing what taking place. If it's 3 years down the road, we done in the road for 3 years. I haven't got to get in the road. And that's all what me I say. No. Labour introduce the candidates. Me not hear no great speech or nothing from them. All
But
me I say
but Alan,
is who are the people? Me only be want to see who the people.
but
Who them be?
Alan, but Alan, right? But facts is facts, you know. From the minute you start to talk about double salary, you understand me? From the NRP point of view, you're supposed to already done got federal candidates line up long time.
Is what you say.
from the minute
So me
from the minute you start to talk about double salary, because you don't know once you talk about double salary, we talking about federal. You know what I mean? So like you supposed to don't got these eggs lined up already, just ready to hatch.
mm-hmm, in my view. So and and once again, this here part of this election is gonna be integrity. Part of every election really and truly is integrity. Because whoever in government is going to tell you they have experience and they're gonna go on like experience is the only thing that matters in life. And integrity matters, organization matters, professionalism matters, all kind of thing matters outside of experience, but they gonna tell you that they got experience. Sometimes remember them man got bad experience, eh? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe you know what, yeah, maybe you know what continue. You know go to continue with that experience. So
Somebody say,
the
boy,
pandemic.
are you NRP have all these candidates? And Odessa say NRP should consider running Dr. Daly for federal election as he gave Mark a good fight in 2020. We give you good representation and think it's not to be made a laughing stock. Yeah, you said give a good fight. You understand me? But what happened at the end of the fight?
Dr. Daly lost by a historical amount. That was a big
Exactly.
lose.
Exactly. You said gave a good fight. He could give a good fight in the first round, second round, you know. What about the third and fourth and fifth? At 12 rounds, he got to know. We're not here to have good fights. We're here to win. You want a good fight? Go play Mortal Kombat video game with your child or something. Have a good fight with that. You know what I mean? This thing is real. People who vote, jobs are in stake.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Because if you campaign too hard and well, look, your party no win. You understand me? Oh yeah. You're gonna order bread van for months.
I don't think those people should be campaigning so hard.
Remember? Remember he had a point when the premier had said, you know what I mean, like government civil servants shouldn't be on Facebook posting and all those type of stuff too, you know.
Mm,
But if
yeah.
you campaigning with him, do as you feel.
The premier said a number of things. He also said that he feel like you need to get up when he walk in a room, and that was not gonna happen.
NRP supporters just need to go out and vote. Nothing else. Plenty stayed away from the polls. Yeah, we are no plenty stayed away, you know, and you got a lot of NRP, a lot of them being dampened right now. What happened? What happened? The government give them job to keep them quiet, and they know certain things and they can't say because they might lose their job. You check it out. Yeah, you got certain people who are we all know they are NRP. You understand? They know a lot of things to jam certain politicians, but they can't say nothing because they might lose their job.
But then they need some private sector work. You need some
But
private sector work,
I
man.
understand how you guys feel. You know what I mean? See Trevi just tune in, you know what I mean? I know I want to go on a board like Trevi too. Me well want to go on a board like a Trevi too. Right, Trevi? Cause once we go on a board like Trevi, me gonna campaign hard too.
That's all. That's
Yeah,
all we take to get. That's all we take to get you. Pan a boat.
me no know. Me just a say. Me and Chevy good. So me go tell Chevy anything. Me go tell Chevy
I
anything.
I feel you. Right. I feel like I good. I in a good position. I will be observing all the political drama. You check it out. 'Cause I just get some news that I don't even know if I'm going to be nervous when the election come. I got to wait to hear what date this man talk about. So I don't know if I'm going to be here. We might have to do a remote
Um,
show.
Lenico Dyer said, to be honest, as a first time voter, I am disgusted with all these what
Both of them, both
tralal
of
and
them, both of
back
them.
and
That's what I'm
forth.
saying.
Yeah. Um,
Well, I can't say both of them, sister. But I want to see the NRP candidates. Who are these people?
and Alan, this election feels like when NRP last big time, it's going to be very interesting because Nigerians are strange people. All right then, Master Control, run it. Master Control,
Mr.
let
Speaker,
me
I
know.
say good afternoon to you. Mr. Speaker, I feel quite proud to stand today to lend my fullest support to this bill that is before the Honorable House. The truth be told that the Team Unity candidates, those for the PLP, those for the PAM, and those for the CCM, we did far better than we had ever done. And that sends its own message. It says that in the last 5 years, people were satisfied that we had managed the country in an effective way. With all the allegations that have come, with the constant barrage of accusations in the media, it sent a clear signal that people were satisfied with how the country was being managed. And for that, one must credit the Prime Minister, because leadership is not easy.
Leadership is not easy. Here's why leadership is not easy. You understand me? You've been living a life for 7 years in the house, and inside of you wealthy up. You like you got cancer and not tell nobody. When you look at dead, people feel like an AIDS is dead from. People feel like you're dead from an overdose of Viagra. People don't feel like all kind of thing. For them don't know you're politically hurt. Stop it.
So, Jason, and ladies and gentlemen, I need you all to understand something. That's only the first minute. He got 5 more minutes of the premiere just rolling up and down and shit. That's only the first minute. And within the first minute, how am I supposed to believe anything that the man they tell me? How? And that how come I tell you? How in any scenario he ain't supposed to win? No, CCM could win. And now I said no. But my God, he does stop with the what? The voice of the people is the voice of God. He like to bring in all them kind of shit there. Boy, if anything like a so go so, he got to lose this election in any reasonable thing. You hear the confidence and the arrogance. You know all of the rumors that have been spread. Don't talk about those. You check leadership and all these kind of things, big man. The credibility done. I can't believe. I would listen and hear what he have to say. But from now, when he talk now, he got to be your back check everything. And you got to watch a lot of things with the guy too. Because then what you see now is okay, when we depend team, we a partner. I can back you up. I got all the lyrics to back you. Anytime I be boss, I gonna talk all your things. But watch out, you don't boss with all kind of people. If we boss, we boss. That's it. All what happened talking stop him. Boss and then this story and no, that being your partner, that being your brethren. Sit down and eat and do all them kind of thing there with you can't deal with them kind of vibes there. In my estimation. But that's my take from minute one of Mr. Bradley. I don't see no credibility what could be left. But there's more. Maybe he could build back some.
What? Take two and action.
Boy, I wonder if he got the load up again, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good night so far, and I hope you guys having fun. But also, you know what I mean? We could have fun educating the people at the same time. You know what I mean? It's good to have a little humor. But I'm telling you guys, 7 years of line ain't good for ain't good enough.
I'm
But
telling you, you got to. As I said, just remember the time we were talking about leverage. You know, leverage was election time, and people,
mhm.
leverage is not just election time for the politicians. The only time currently you will have leverage on a politician is when the date when the prime minister announced the date for the election. On that date, you have leverage. You understand? Particularly if you're dealing with as a group. You understand? If I allow voting on a particular issue, yeah, you got even more leverage. It's only election time. After that, what we got to do, that's how come I went go read the budget. That's another way how you keep them accountable by seeing how much money they're spending, the budget being balanced and all these type of things.
But Alan, I want to make this clear too. You understand? Because I read a comment there. Nobody from Nevis should be in favor of Tim. You understand me? The issue is not Timothy Harrison. The issue is the people that we send over to sink it, and they
Um,
fulfill whatever.
but I agree with the person, because I listened to the hour long audio where Tim had his discussion with his fans and his supporters over there. And one thing that Mr. Timothy Harris said, in which case I don't want to hear nothing about your parents and them from Nevis no more. Timothy Harris said, hear them in their forwardness. And what gonna happen if Sinkits people are gonna Nevis? What gonna happen to them? And all of them come together and say them dead. Me never there no kind of action. And
Alan,
and go ahead, talk to me. Go ahead. Let me hear how you're gonna
but
defend that.
Alan, you understand me? We all understand how Timothy steer, Here what going on. If I going to do a work, if I hire you who do a work, you understand me? Then after, you come back to me and tell me, boy, the man no pay me yet. You understand me? Me no business with him. My business is with you.
I feel you.
You get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because are you are you send me who do the work with you? So me put. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I vote for you so you could work. You understand me? You have a problem. Are you waiting 7 years after to tell me you have a problem?
Um, I think that where we kind of splitting right now is both could be true. I think that you approaching it from an angle of you saying I gotta have a if I have a problem with Tim, then I can't have a problem with Mark. What I am telling you is I got problems. It's just problems I got. I know what problems. You understand? I got a problem when Tim gonna say anything about if Sinkis people don't come Nevis. Sinkis people who anything they come Nevis and they got to buy, they got to ask Abby, well, how much that they cost? Abby don't got Sinky go ask how much it cost, how much money Abby got. You check it out. Even back the water, they
Mm-hmm.
want how much it cost. No. I keep nothing up here. I like a party. I be like to see I girl them because them still different and them aggressive. But I go sit down there if I want. You know, I watch movie and me come back up. This is not no special story. You understand? So me no want to
Yeah.
hear nothing about if sink it people don't come on news. No. I go sit down there. That's safe. I have to deal with that thing. Yeah, and I still could have problems with It's not even really I have problems with the people. I have issues with certain things. Don't tell me Nevis is not without thinking. And I can't hear you. The Prime Minister says so? No. And I got issues with the Premier for other things. He has been lackadaisical in other respects. You ain't, Jason, 7 years, as I tell you, he put up the thing and he's saying, you're saying we supported your budgets for 7 years. But listen, I don't even know what he tried to say. Mr. Premier, let me let you understand, and this is why, Jason, he familiar with this. When you go to the Court of Appeal, right? Sometimes you go because normally you will see a case and it's just one judge, right? When you go Court of Appeal, you're dealing with sometimes you're dealing with three judges, you know. Because you're not gonna jury and them thing there. Jury is only high court. When you reach Court of Appeal, sometimes you got three judges. Sometimes they man give judgment and they give what they say is a dissenting opinion. And a dissenting opinion simply means one of the judges then hear the case and he not agree with them, man. He feel like the law should be interpreted in a different fashion. No, because he not agree with them, he not get thrown out of the thing, you know. He get to follow other cases and so he could hear other cases on the same type of matter. You understand?
Yeah.
But he don't get thrown out just because he feel like there's a problem. It's the same way how I just said the Premier could have gone in Parliament at any moment in time and say, I don't agree with this budget. I agree in portions. I
So
see
you only good for
large
niche
strides
people?
that have been made. I agree in portions with this budget. But I can't take in. I don't like all of it. He could have done that. He would not have get thrown. But what he do? He got on there all the time and hug up Tim and Tim is the most wonderful man. How are they gonna come and really your credibility is gone, sir? Forget about that thing there. And then I say, you know, when you're in a relationship, sometimes you handle things indoors. And that's what Tim I tell you. We got a cabinet. Go to cabinet and talk to the man. That's how marriage story work. You can there. You can there and just decide. I was talking about this thing today. You can't just decide. You going queen show with this another woman. And you got your girl. Oh no, you can't do them kind of thing there. And if you do that, you know the consequences are coming down. You could get back in, you know, but it's gonna be rough. It's gonna cost you. Oh my God. And any must be money. Maybe dignity in your ass. But you're gonna lose, you're gonna
But
cost
Alan
you.
still kind of hot.
Where you heard from?
Yeah?
Where you heard
Because
from?
Michael not talk to me. Hey, Emmanuel Richards, Eddie, if you see Michael, tell him Jason say hi. Yeah, he could add me back on Facebook and have a good talk. You know what I mean? Not because he disenfranchised me because of politics. Wow. Watch out. I have a post. Yeah, so because we don't get to the 5% and the 10% yet, you know. Yeah, so we did get into something, but I have a post there where I saw from on the CCM page, you know what I mean? If Master Control is not taking a shit, Master Control could post it right now and let people see what's up.
By Master Control need to continue play the video there.
Well, that too. Because people...
yeah, I just asked him what is taking place with regards to the video.
We are the smallest country in the hemisphere. The smallest. And yet when we hear the reports, we recognize that St. Kitts and Nevis continues to perform best in class. You heard about the stimulus package? The size, the breadth, the depth. Where else had that kind of approach? You heard about the approach to agriculture and our farmers. Where else did you hear a country pivot to food security in such a way? You heard about the relief when the Honorable Prime Minister and mover of the bill said that he had leveraged his own position as a member of the Monetary Council to persuade the central bank to in turn persuade the commercial banks to grant a moratorium on loans. Imagine if our people out of work still had the pressure of paying their mortgage every month. So when you talk about good governance, you talk about taking care of people, you talk about putting people first, having policies that are centered around people. COVID-19 and our response, in my respectful view, Mr. Speaker, was best in class. Our response was best in class. We recognize that there will and will always be difficulties. But my task for the short time that God allows me to occupy these halls is to encourage our people at all times to be proud of our country, to celebrate each other, to celebrate our achievements. And our fight against COVID-19 has been stellar. The leadership has been stellar. In health, in finance, in security, it has been stellar. This is a fight for our very lives. Not only for our livelihoods, but for our lives. So going back for a moment to the response, and what I'm calling the genius of the Prime Minister as Minister of Finance and the team at the Ministry of Finance. Because to navigate this ship, smallest in the hemisphere, least resources, smallest population, smallest landmass, to navigate this particular ship during this turbulent time of COVID-19 is nothing short of miraculous. You hear I just tell you everything paid up. Everybody paid. Stimulus to try and help those who needed it most. That our country is in good hands. Our country is an important country, punching well above its weight. We are current with our obligations, current with our memberships, punching above our weight. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Parliament, Mr. Speaker, the simple point I'm trying to make, let us be proud of our country. Let us be proud of our country because our country has done well. We are best in class. I go around the OECS, I know, they look at us and they know to themselves that while some are bigger, not some, all are bigger, they still see us as best in class. And we must be proud of that. Mr. Speaker, I've come now to the point I'm sure that you wanted me to get to the conclusion. But before I conclude, let me simply say that this budget is realistic. It doesn't contain any pie-in-the-sky promises. It says to our people that we must tighten our belts because hard times have come. Not through any fault of our own, not through any mismanagement or lack of transparency or good governance. And that is why I have to commend the move of the bill, the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Financial Secretary, and the entire team. And commend the Cabinet too, because the process over here is a very open and transparent one where all Cabinet members participate in the budget discussions leading up to the compilation of the budget. The ministries don't always get what they want. The ministers don't always get what they want. But at the end of the day, we have a document that is fit for purpose. And a document that speaks to the challenges, but also the hopes and aspirations for the nation of St. Kitts and Nevis for the new fiscal year. And so I commend all who have been involved.
Hey. I just want to say.
I realized he was a prophet. Because he said, as long as God give me for the short time I have in these halls. He had known that the time was coming to an end. He looked like he had no. He didn't know how. Well, boy, he ended up happening.
Wow. Listen to me right now. Right now. Yes, I feel like that close the show because we could forget about everything else and close the show with that. That's all me could say right now. I don't know about you, Alan, but I mean about me. You know what I mean?
So you know,
Me
so you
not got
know
to
that
say.
about it.
I don't have to say. I don't have to say a thing else.
Well, I've been wanting to say one more thing because somebody had made a funny point last night when they called in a Janice show, and they said
You say,
5% that is gonna be given out. They say the peace man then only a 10% increase, and the nurses and the teachers only on 5. So you see how rough the thing be in the streets.
I also got a post. I also got the post on my screenshot from the concerned citizen page too. You know what I mean? Master control is just squeeze that in quick and sharp. You know, because based on what you say, Alan, talk to me.
They was speak. I see something here about some simple maths. They say basically the premise is that they will be giving 5% every year, and rather than getting a 10% increase, you will be getting a 15.7% increase. I do not understand how they are going to afford it, but that is what is in the paper. The next set of confusion about that they really and truly, Jason, is that the Sinkist ministers who are part of the new team unity saying that the percentage was always supposed to be 15. So I think that's the reason why he reached up to 15. Because when Timo said 10, them say he was supposed to be 15. So I was kind of shocked that Mark saying he can't get up. Knowing that this is one of the things where supposedly. Well, I think he said in his speech that he did not it was not agreed to. There was no consultation. But as I said, there is some confusion. Because I may hear the Prime Minister saying they had done say it's 15. Something like that.
They had done say 15, but even though
Mm.
if they don't say it's 15, I'm looking at the what was said on that page in terms of how you want to share the 15 year by year, like if every year is an election year. You get what I'm saying? So where you wanna continue spoon feed me? Give me what belongs to me one time, let me deal with that. You check it out because as you see month by month, you see gas prices going up. So where you wanna chicken feed me all the time? So who keep me in the loop? I work
But
hard, you work hard.
first, first of all, remember the minister is not an expert in the field of finance. Just look at the budgets. Next thing, I mean, look at the estimates for any projects them though. We understand finance not really his story, but he say he called in his consultants. He always not consultant, and we paid for whatever the meeting is, and they would have probably told him whatever it is he need to hear to make him feel alright. And the man come up with the 5% strategy. I would suppose they think that the everybody saying the pandemic gone done.
Well, you gonna blame the pandemic and blame NRP. So we don't know what going on there. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
we already established that public works cannot do no road.
With regards to the percentage of the increase though,
Hmm.
um, increase only matter people in relation to inflation. So what that means is if the rate of inflation is 7% and you get a 5% increase, then you're still down by 2. And inflation is every year. So really and truly, I mean, it should be much more really and truly to keep up. Because when you look at the fact then that okay, the end up and say it's long time they ain't change the amount of money that you pay for picking up garbage. So they change it from $10 to 25.
25.
You see how much a percent they put down on that, and they just drop on that easy. When they add on 150% on that. When it come to give you a 10%, by hard on boy Alan. So you see how the thing rough in that part there. Them a Japan things, and I say, and bills, I'm telling you, they have not raised the price of this. They have not raised the price of this long time, but then I talk to you about when they're raising the price that you are actually being paid to pay the bills. You can't put up the bills all the time, and the money where you pay the people and them ain't going up. So we need what we need to really be aware of or find out is what is the rate of inflation in St. Kitts and Nevis. And if the rate of inflation is more than the percent, you still a lose.
Winston Paris said, Pam said last night in a meeting that there was discussing a salary increase. They were saying 15, but they said 10% increase was in the budget from last year.
Okay. And so if 10 was in the budget from last year, that once again, that means the premier would have signed off on that. Because you don't know, Timothy can give up a budget and he said that's a wonderful budget. Nobody could do it like that. Unless Tim not give me what I want, in which case, fuck him.
Well, maybe I listen to his special advisor. Like money, yeah? Anyways, fellas, I'm glad we here having this conversation, and I hope you love us. You know what I mean? We accept any criticism, we open to it. You know what I mean? You could meet Alan on the road, or you could meet me via Facebook. But I got some good news. Within 90 days, you'll be lucky to see me. I just said lucky. You would be lucky. Anyways,
good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. It was fun. You know what I mean? See you guys the next time around. We keep you guys posted on what's going on. You know what I mean? Check us out on Real Entertainment Network, and check out Whispers on Thursday night also at 7 p.m. your guys' time, right?
Yes. 7 p.m.
Yes.
Thursday.
And we'll come back with some facts, with some numbers in the budget from 2006. Come right up, and we're going to talk about, you know what I mean, the wins and the losses.
Yeah, I will see what I can get.
Yes.
All right, man.
Bless up
good night,
to everybody.
Take it easy. Stay safe.
Okay. Yeah. Lately I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Got up in the morning, took a shot, it's a rock. Girl, you left my stomach in a knot. Took my lighter and you burned the bridge. Thought you was a writer, no, you just an idol. You got me feeling like Big Sean in this 5, 4, 3, 2. I deserve a minute, wait a minute. Gotta get up and over, regain my composure. No longer my lover, finally finished and you did it. Girl, you really showed me, think with your heart, don't think with your body, clever. Sorry not sorry, sorry not Justin Timberlake, write me a river. Lately I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. tried to convince me it was all in my head, and I felt like it's not you, it's me instead. Hey, I wanted to rock with you, roll with you. Said you was my baby girl, then you left me too. Everything was kosher, perfect like a poster. Then I got word that you wanna leave a picture. Off with somebody else, off with the jerk. With the shame on me, I really thought that it could work. Off with somebody else, off with the loser. Shame on me, I really thought we had a. Lately I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red.